What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Don't Know Ball podcast. Isaac Kisringhausen, as always, Josh Cloney, Lucas Dalton.
Hello.
Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
We're going. We're doing. I woke up about 20 minutes ago.
That's why. We were trying to figure out what the delay was.
Yeah.
Well, I woke up at 10, and I'm like, yep, here we go, and I'm going to be early today, and I'll be the first one down here, and then fell asleep again and woke up at 10:45.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, I try to wake up at like 5:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays so I can go to the gym before class, and I woke up at 6, so there's that.
And then you hit traffic. Were you late?
No, I got there, like, I think with 5 minutes to spare, but for some reason, like, right before I crossed state lines, traffic was backed up. Not a standstill, but, like, I had to go, like, the fastest I was going was 20.
Ew.
That's fun.
And I was in between two semis.
I thought I left late this morning. I got here decent time. It took me 10, I think I got here in 12 minutes. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
It took longer to get to the highway from Fallon. Than,
Yeah.
yeah. Big weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big weekend.
Big weekend. Bristol. It's Bristol, baby.
Let's get that out of the way first.
Yeah, good time. I met Alex Bowman.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Christmas cards. I'm going to make it my Instagram profile picture.
I mean, as you should. That's like the biggest thing ever.
I stood there for 2.5 hours, and I waited. And you will know this more than Izzy. Kyle Larson came by first, so you know all the.
Yeah.
I felt like I was seeing a mob when he walked by because I was right up front. I was like, I don't give a fuck about this guy, so I let a couple people in front of me.
You were like right.
Yeah, I was right
like,
there.
Holy.
Yeah.
What'd your mom do during?
Sat
all
and tailgated.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, stay here.
You all sat in the car for like how many hours?
On the way back?
Tailgating? No, just like tailgating.
Well, so the way Bristol is the parking sucks because it's built on the side of the mountain. There's not a whole lot of parking. Mm-hmm. So you have to get there early to get a decent spot to leave at a decent time. Because one year we got there at like 4, the race started at 7, and we sat and did not move in the parking lot for 4 hours. We're like, we're not ever doing this again.
Jesus.
So we got there at 11:30, and the race started at 7:30. So we tailgated for 8 hours.
Nah, as you should. Tailgating is fun.
Was Tina excited about that?
Yeah, shoot, that was her idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, let's go to the Mellow Mushroom and have some pizza, and then just get there at like 2. I'll shop, and then we'll go. And she's like, no, we have to get a parking spot. So,
okay, I mean, good. That's
it's
cool.
a good time. Yeah, met Alex Bowman, met one of the female racers.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought
awkward.
that was Tony Breidinger that you met.
So her name is Logan Mizuraka, and she does not like Tony Breidinger.
Why?
Stole her. So they have sponsorship stealing is a problem in NASCAR. Like they'll contact like the company, like, hey, yo, I'll give you a better deal. And Logan Mizuraka was sponsored by Celsius. And then they jump ship to Tony. So I walk up in my Tony Breidinger shirt. I don't remember this happening. And she's like, you've got the wrong shirt on, dude. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I'm not a fan. I'm like, oh. She's like, you're going to, I'm like, I don't have one of yours. You're going to have to sell one. She's like, they'll be up on my website this week. I'm like, I'll buy one. So the PR lady gave me a fucking Food Lion shirt, which is like their local grocery store. She's like, put this on. I didn't. But I have it now.
Are you going to buy a shirt?
No.
Oh.
They're not. She said they'd be on sale Monday, and they're not. It's Tuesday, so no.
Well, dang it.
Yep. Liar. But no, I had a good time. Pictures
Nice.
were just...
I also liked your Instagram post in 17 seconds.
Today?
Yep.
It's
The
kinda
photography one?
Yep.
Yeah, they were good.
I went on Instagram like the second you posted it, and I was like, oh, this is convenient.
Yeah,
I'm
sitting
never
in
the
class.
first one. Because most of the time I like it like a day after. But
Yeah, no, sitting in
it looked
class.
good,
Yeah, I was happy with them. So
as
good
per
time.
usual.
Yeah, I'm pretty talented. What can I say?
Yeah.
You
Very talented.
Thank you, yeah.
And more ways than one.
Can't
Yeah.
wait to hear that same story on the radio show on Saturday. Because we're
Next
going to have to
Saturday.
kill time. Make sure you... Yeah, well, true.
I will tell multiple stories, because with these VIP tickets that I won, I'm going to get to like...
Let's really hope the rain holds off now. 'cause-
So Saturday looks great. Saturday, Sunday looks fine. And so the hurricane, I've become a hurricane expert
Did he tell
this
you how
week.
long he was on his weather app for last week?
No.
Checking between Bristol weather and Kansas.
2
weather?
hours.
2 hours. It's already been an hour this week. It's Tuesday.
Jesus
Oh, my
Christ,
God.
dude.
Well, his...
Well, I noticed you were checking your, God damn it, stop dropping your fucking phone. Jesus Christ.
Well, so
I
really
noticed you were
look,
checking it periodically during class, too.
I really look forward to this.
Well, now he VIP tickets. It's like, yep.
Yeah, well, Saturday's fine. Saturday and Sunday look fine because the hurricane I've become a hurricane expert because the rain that Kansas City was supposed to get stems solely from this hurricane.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
gone this way, and it's weakening. It needs to continue to go this way and weaken, and if it does that, the rain chance has gone down to 20% on Friday and 0 on Saturday and Sunday. So
I wish that was the case here.
I don't give a fuck what it does here.
Yeah.
Get fucking hurricane
It's nasty
here.
outside again today.
Yeah, it is kind of. We had
spitting rain and everything.
We had to record weather video for.
Oh.
Yeah, it was wet. I'm wet. My
Yeah.
feet are wet.
Yeah.
That's why I wear boots all the time.
What was
Yeah.
Tommy's reaction to the VIP ticket?
He seems pretty excited. Tommy seems very like bogged down with work. He just seems like he's like mentally dead.
Yeah.
Like, he sounded like a
hopefully
zombie, but he
y'all
seemed
are
like-
leaving Friday.
Friday morning. Yep.
Hopefully he like
Goes. If not,
like
guess who-
that.
Got your Thomas Flores because I had to register VIP. So
Yes,
then you get to go.
Yeah. Oh.
No, Tommy will come. I don't think he understands what it is, like what VIP gets, because he's never seen it. But it's definitely going to be cool. So the Cardinals,
The Cardinals. Yep.
They have officially been mathematically eliminated from playoff contention.
but and I know this is not anything to hang your head on when you don't make the playoffs. We will almost guarantee to have another winning season.
yeah,
Progress, at least they got much better from last year. To look at
Much
it,
better. 'cause
silver
we were-
lining.
We were
Yeah.
20 games below.
They
500
played much
last
better. They looked much better. They had a better record.
Yes.
So
but I'm not surprised that we didn't make the playoffs.
at the beginning of the season, I really thought our offense was going to be something special, and when it became evident that it didn't, about June, it became like the hope was there, but
I did. My optimism of this team did grow the more I watched them.
they had a lot of
But my main problem was like even whenever they peaked, and using the air quotes, they still were too inconsistent for me to look at them as a legitimate.
Well, they
playoff
didn't
team.
ever streak. They never put wins together in a row.
No.
Right.
They win 2, they lose 2. I think they had one streak of like 6 games early in the year, and that was
Yep.
it. I know we talked about it in the group chat the other day, but I think we see a difference in why we suck. I know you blame the pitching.
I
can't. I don't think there's.
I think the offense does have a lot to do with it, but at the same time, like there were so many guys, like Michaelis.
I give you
Michaelis was
that.
the main
He's
issue,
bad.
but like there were a few outings. Like Lynn had a few outings and Gibson had a few outings where they gave up 5 in the first 2.
Well, I mean that's going to
And it's
happen
like-
for all pitchers,
Right? But when when it happens, like everyone blames the offense and losses like that.
Yeah.
But when you're constantly giving up
Runs.
5
I just
runs in the first 2 innings, you're not even giving yourself a chance to win.
with Lance Lynn, it really didn't happen a lot. He had one game against the Nationals that he like blew up. Mm-hmm. If you took
Yeah, that was the
we
horrible
before that game, he had a 3.50 ERA, 3.59. I looked yesterday, and then after that, he's been injured a lot. Granted,
Yeah.
not a whole lot of games. It was like I think it was 152. So like you take that game away, you're looking at a guy with a, probably 3.40 ERA.
Right.
He was really good. He
was
the
better
injuries-
than I was
oh, yeah.
expecting.
I don't.
So
So
was
I don't
Kyle
bring him
Gibson.
back because his injuries got to be bad that he didn't pitch in the second half, and he's not getting any younger.
Right.
And this is rich for me to say, but weight problem. He has knee injuries and he's fat. It's
Yeah.
not going to get any better.
I
It was great to have him back. He was great. But I don't know if we need to do it again.
I would
I
be
wouldn't bring him
okay
back.
with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it.
You decline his.
And get him cheaper.
Yes, you rework his contract. You decline his option and rework his contract to something cheaper. I'd be fine.
I also think that I'd be fine with it, coupling with that you find some miracle that somebody takes Michaelis.
If somebody
and
does
trade
that,
Max. Just because right now,
I mean, at this point, you release him and eat the contract. In my
I would.
opinion.
I think you just eat the contract.
You're better
Yes.
off eating 17.
He's the worst pitcher in baseball this year, qualified starter.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's terrible.
5 point.
It'll be
6'3"
6, but he
or
pitches in
something.
Colorado.
The problem
It'll be
with
6.
Michaelis is like
He's just never.
when he's bad, he's really bad. But when
He's
when
really good when he's good.
Well,
but he hasn't been really good since
The problem
the first
is,
half
is
of
like
2022.
those really good starts are so far and few between now.
Well, it's like a couple times this year. It's like he would go 5 innings and look like the best pitcher ever, and then the 6th inning he'd just be throwing those curveballs right down the middle that he
Well,
patents and loves so
how much have you watched of Michaelis this year?
Not much.
His curveball, he throws it all the time. It's like the worst curveball
It's
I've
like a
ever seen.
meatball.
Yeah, it literally is like
Like we could probably
if it's
hit it.
thrown well, sure, but like half the time it's thrown middle at like 71. Like that's
Yeah.
fucking bad
Anybody's
practice
gonna
for
hit that.
professional hitter.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
anybody's gonna hit that.
No, but
Well,
the
even
way
his fastball sometimes is
It's
like
not great.
92 down the middle.
well,
Most-
I don't know. I feel like 92 is like Lance Lynn throws nothing
I
but
was gonna say,
92
Lance Lynn makes
fastballs,
it work, but
and
like-
so
but
it's
Lance
all
Lynn
about how you
locates
throw it. Yeah,
But Lance Lynn locates.
Yes,
Miles doesn't.
Michaelis doesn't.
So my thing with the starters is like right now, I think you can claim that you have 8 major league starters that are going to be around next year, depending on options.
I
You
just
have
hope.
Palante, Michaelis, Matz, Gray, Gibson, Lynn, and then Matthews.
Yeah,
And I think I'm forgetting one. Oh, Fetty.
yeah, Fetty.
You can't have 8. You need a guy like a 2, but you have to
I think
alleviate.
we should get rid of Michaelis and Mats because that would free up $28.5 million.
I mean, Matt's. You'll find somebody will take Matt's.
Matt's is only making $11 million. That's good. Because he's healthy. He's good.
Yeah, and people know that. Somebody will take that. Michaelis is making 18, 17 and a half, and he sucks.
Like that, yeah.
If somebody takes him, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
But they have to think about it. You have to think about it.
I just, if anything, he needs to be in the bullpen next year as a long reliever.
Yeah. I wouldn't hate Palante as a long reliever either.
I just don't think you can. Starter. I think he's got to be Palante's in rotation. His last two starts have been just excellent.
He's been really good.
He outwent Skeens.
Yep. Which is just
like outstruck out Skeens.
Yeah.
Like, it's an impressive game.
He's been probably really our best pitcher since the All-Star break because Sonny Gray was probably our worst. Which is scary also because Sonny Gray gave up like 25 home runs this year. Go him.
If Sonny alleviates the home run problem, he'll be fine.
Yeah. Sonny doesn't concern me.
Fetty's not the one that they probably thought, but he's a decent 3-4. He's okay.
I don't hate Fetty and Gibson being back on this team as long as
you just got to get something else.
As long as they're your 4-5.
Yeah. So I agree. I think you have to look at us like a 2-3 starter, but in order to do that, you have to get rid of some of these guys. Matthew's not going to be ready right away either.
Michaelis is a for sure get rid of.
Matt's
is a get rid of. I think Lynn is going to retire at the end of this year. I don't mind Gibson coming back as long as he's not our 2-3.
We were talking about Gibson yesterday. The good thing with Gibson is what he did this year is quite literally what he's done every year in his career.
Also, he gets older, but like in a fine way.
He's not really getting better.
Lance Lynn he's going to fall off a cliff, and it's going to be bad one of these times. But Kyle Gibson, I feel like, can actually
Gibson's always been just like league average innings eater. Not bad, not great, but serviceable. You won't
be the reason we win, but he won't be the reason we lose.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be pissed off if Kyle Gibson starts a game 3 of a postseason.
Well, take away that one game against Miami you were at. He really didn't like.
No, he got killed in that, and our offense came back.
And then he had that game in Cincinnati last month where he gave up like 4 homers. But like,
and then like his first start of the year as a Cardinal against the Padres.
Good, right?
7 innings.
He had a lot more good starts than bad this year.
He was a pleasant surprise to me, but
me too.
Especially with how bad his
he was tarnished with giving up the 4 home runs in a row against the Cardinals. Everybody thought years ago. Everybody thought that's just what he was.
Do you know he hit a home run in his career?
Really?
Yep. I thought I'd just throw that in there. I've never seen the clip, but I've seen.
When you're talking about cores, I always remember Michaelis hitting a home run the other way.
I remember Michaelis hitting a home run in Milwaukee.
Oh, dude, it was a tank too. Yeah. I sometimes miss pitchers hitting when you think of the home runs, but then when you take away the home runs, it's like, no.
I was gonna say I remember getting into an argument with somebody like whenever they first implemented the DH.
I liked it.
They said they said they missed it, and I said I don't. I'm like, look, pitchers hitting, it was fun when it happened, but like you said, like it doesn't happen enough to justify keeping it in. And 99 times out of 100, they are a guaranteed out.
It was fun the 30 to 40 times a year. Probably not even that a pitcher would hit a home run.
Yeah,
that was it. Do you remember the last pitcher, not Ohtani, that hit a home run?
Was it Michaelis?
No, it was a Diamondback pitcher. I don't think you'll know.
Is it Bumgarner?
Humberto Castellanos.
Okay, of course. Throw that
out.
Well, it was originally going to be Michaelis until
Castellanos a reliever.
Yeah, which is just something.
Yeah, it really is.
And whoever that guy on the Padres that hit a home run.
Daniel Camarena, the fucking reliever. That was sick. I don't know. I think it has cool moments, but it's not, like as he said, it's not enough to justify not having a DH.
I mean, it's an automatic out.
Most of the time.
Remember when Luis Castillo came in like in August to hit?
He just stood there?
He stood. Yeah, that was like 99% of pitchers hitting.
Unless it was in a big spot where they had to swing the bat.
Yeah, like they would just not even get the bat off their shoulders. Like, I'm sorry, but that's boring.
Nobody wants to see that, yeah.
Like, I get that. I even had this argument with my boss. Like, I think you could argue that bringing the DH brings in more strategy.
Oh, yeah.
Because think about it. Kyle Schwarber is a DH for 99% of teams.
You still see plenty of
slow as fuck.
Too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's say that you're in the 8th inning down by 1. Kyle Schwarber leads off and hits a screamer double.
Pinch runner.
Yeah, like would you pinch run him and risk losing that bat? Or is that's some strategy that you can bring into the game.
I don't think it removes
the argument that my boss said was like, you still bring in a hitter. It's like, yes, but because the argument that we were having was like the year that Pujols was Pujols this last year with the Cardinals. I'm like, would you risk having a guy like Pujols who's a proven a proven Hall of Fame hitter for a guy who is below league average?
Corey Dickerson.
Yep.
I was thinking of Edmundo Sosa.
Hey.
He was
above league average that year.
At the time, he was like just seen as a speedster replacement guy. Defensive replacements. Like, would you...
Slander. Loved him.
Like, that was the argument that I used. I'm like, would you risk that, or do you... Like, because that's some strategy in there. Like, yes, I know he's still a major league hitter that you got to bring in, but there's levels to this shit.
So I see it as like the thing before as pitchers is you had your bench of pinch hitters for the pitcher spot. Mm-hmm. Now I think it just increases the use of platoon in the lineup.
Yeah.
Because you don't really need that pinch hitter spot. You keep it, but now it's like, okay, so I can platoon in right field and the DH comes up. I don't really need to keep that guy off the bench for a pinch hitter.
Yeah.
Like for the pitcher. Like if that makes sense. Like I don't know. The strategy's still there. It's just different.
I agree. Like,
bring back 40-man rosters too.
Yes. Yep. That is if I was the commissioner for a day, I would change two things. The fucking ghost runner would go away.
I hate that.
I want to go to a 25-inning game. I don't care.
I agree. Yes, because
I paid for it. I want to see baseball.
Again, another argument I had with somebody. You haven't been playing that way the entire game. Why start now?
Again, I think there could be a middle ground of the 12th inning.
I agree.
I hate the ghost runner rule, but like if it's in the 13th inning, then yes, I would put it in.
I mean, I love the 18-inning games.
I agree with what you just said. So this is going to be really ironic. My favorite thing was September call-ups. They had, you could call up your whole 40-man roster. Now it's 28. That fucking sucks.
Well, what's crazy is like there's not even competition anymore.
No.
You know who the two are going to be. It's going to be a pitcher and it's going to be a catcher every single time.
Yep.
So it's like, who cares?
You said something that they made their point when they made this rule change, and they were right. Mm-hmm. You haven't played that way all year. Why now? Good point. Because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yep.
Because right now, think about who would be on our active roster right now if we could have 40. Matt Koperniak's here.
Yep. Everybody's here.
Victor Scott, which
it'll be bad, yeah.
Yeah. I just think, I don't know. They play a minor league season that's just as long as a major league season. If they have a good year, they should have the right to be able to come and get a taste of the majors, and that's what the September call-ups are for.
Yeah.
And you get all your guys that play 150 games all year off their feet for the last month.
And you get to rest them up for the playoffs.
Exactly.
Or if you're in a situation like the Cardinals right now,
you get to see what some guys have, or like any bad. It's really I don't understand why they changed it. I get the logic with, well, let's see, you haven't played that way all year. Why now? But like, because it's baseball.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it is. Like, I don't know.
You kind of got me thinking, like...
I loved that.
If I was a commissioner for the year, let's just go the year. Here, some of the changes I was making, I'm with you. I would get rid of the ghost man rule.
Yep.
I would get rid of the banning the shift. I thought that was a dumb rule.
I don't mind it.
I would get rid of the pitch clock. And I would get rid of the expanded playoffs. I hate the expanded playoffs.
So you just get rid of all of the new rules.
I literally think I would just leave it at those two that I listed.
Most of them I see both sides of, but like a lot of them, my biggest thing with the expanded playoffs is that it rewards mediocrity. You had 162 games to prove you're a playoff team. Like, why should we reward a team that was barely good enough to sneak in?
I think some years, yes.
Like this year with the NL, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
This year with... No, I don't think so with the NL.
I would say the AL, because like...
I disagree.
Right now, the Tigers are still in a spot, and they have 82 wins.
I mean, I don't know. I think the teams this year have all been pretty... Like, I think it's been pretty deserving.
I think, I don't know. I think hockey is kind of the same way. 16 of the 32 teams
That's
make
a lot.
It.
We have 12 in baseball, right?
And basketball is the same way. 16 out of the 30 make it for basketball.
Anymore, you can't.
And you have the playing games, too, with basketball, which I fucking hate.
So, it's like with hockey, people with records below 500 make the playoffs. And it's like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But, like...
I don't like that.
Baseball...
I don't mind it. I don't think
I see both sides of the argument, but personally, I just miss the 10-team format because it made it more competitive.
Also, banning the shift was great.
I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I feel like it helps guys that like Matt Carpenter.
Well, I mean, yes,
but it rewards hitters who are
one-dimensional.
Yeah, you reward guys who are one-dimensional, and you encourage guys to not work on their craft. There's a reason that Juan Soto, even though he's a lefty, he never gets shifted on. It's because he sprayed the ball all over the damn place.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like you've seen those stupid shifts, with Joey Gallo back in the day, where all
four outfielders and four infielders on the right side. That's the kind of stuff.
Another argument I heard a guy say: in football, you're allowed to double team the best receiver. In basketball, you're allowed to double team the best player.
That's a good point. Yeah,
you're allowed. In football and basketball, and I guess hockey too, I don't know how hockey defense works, but you are allowed to play the defense that gives you the best chance of winning. Like, I had this there was a guy I was having a conversation with around this time who coaches both baseball and football. He was the defensive coordinator on the football team. And I said, okay, like it's 3rd and long. Like it's 3rd and long and it's at midfield. Are you gonna, play? Are you gonna like send a couple guys deep to defend a pass, or are you gonna stack the box? He goes, well, I'm obviously gonna send a couple guys deep. I go, exactly, because that's what gives you the best chance of preventing the first down conversion. It's like you're allowed to. That's basically what sports is if you think about it. You come in with a game plan, you come in with a strategy, and you adjust based off of what's being shown. And by banning the shift, you basically just rewarded guys who aren't capable of making those adjustments. I don't know. I see both sides of it, though, but that's just my take on it.
So, to finish up the Cardinals before what we do later with the roster, there's one more player I think that needs to be talked about for his September.
Yep, Jordan Walker. Really good
runs he has this month since he got called up?
Isn't it
5?
5? Okay.
He's hitting.
Yes.
It looks good.
Yep.
He's hitting the ball. He had a double the other night that was like 115 off the bat, I think.
It was the hardest hit of the year for us. It was like almost 116.
I know we kind of went through really, his rookie year was not bad.
No.
I don't know why he didn't hit the home runs they said he would. I don't
watch him tomorrow against Gomber and Coors, just saying.
Yeah, I agree. But I really think the offense needs the upgrade.
Walker's home runs, or should I say lack thereof, never concerned me.
No, because if you're comfortable, he's talented enough that they're going to come naturally.
Yeah, like he's what, 6'6", 270, or no, 6'6", 230?
He's a big guy. Yeah, something like 250.
Okay, 6'6", 250.
Yeah. He's probably good. He could grow going to come. Yeah. I mean, even like you don't need him to be judge. Say he hits 20.
Yeah.
And he bats 2, because we've seen him hit for average. If he hits 260, 270, hits 20, 25 every year.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
He doesn't need to be judged with 50.
No.
Just because he's built like that doesn't mean he needs to be.
And I mean, I think the comments of Wilson Contreras and Nolan Arenado tell you that they know that we need more offense.
Well, I saw.
So,
I mean,
I don't think they need more offense.
They need to figure out why the guys we have that are talented aren't consistent.
Exactly.
Well, I know why.
Turner Ward.
Yep.
Because, like, look at Nolan Gorman. Gorman hit every level of the minors. Mm-hmm. He hit in college, and he started to hit in the majors. Now he doesn't.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I
Walker
think,
the same way.
I know you'll agree. We should probably fire Turner Ward, hire Ryan Ludwig.
Yep. Because he fixed Victor Scott, and Victor Scott looked really good.
Yeah.
I'd also argue that, you're going to hate this, but you know who really sucked the last 2 months of this month and a half? Burleson and Wynn. Really.
Yeah.
Wynn ended up with an OPS. He's at under 100. OPS plus.
Yeah, he had 150 hits though. I mean, for a
not
rookie
the
year,
biggest thing, but you know what I'm saying.
Burleson though, yes, he fell off a cliff.
And you have aging on the corners.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about Burleson and Wynn though. I think they're our best players, but
no, I agree. I just think that these players are talented and they've shown that they're talented. And yes, you go through streaks, but why?
Yeah, the fact
are we so streaky?
What you said best is what really sums up the biggest issue with the Cardinals team is
consistency.
Is like. You used Gorman and Walker as an example. They raked at every level in the minors, but they get called up and they are streaky.
Why? I mean, look at Luke and Baker.
Exactly.
Luke and Baker's another example.
I don't think it's the players we have on the field for the offense. I think there's something that's not clicking.
Well, okay.
Because I know it's different level, but at this point, AAA has a lot of major league quality pitchers.
Here's the problem.
They go down there and hit, and then they come up and they can't.
With our coaching, right? Did Turner Ward ever play baseball?
Yes.
What level did he get to?
The majors.
He did, okay.
Remember
why is he so bad at what he does? My point is, Ollie got to single A, and Dusty Blake never played.
Yeah,
so
I don't know
why are they?
Where do they even find Dusty Blake?
Ollie Blake might as well be. Yeah. Ollie Marmol got to single A, was so bad. He's like, well, I'll become a coach.
Manager at 26.
That doesn't make any sense.
So Turner Ward, have you ever seen the clip of the Pirates player that broke down the wall in Dodger Stadium and like ran through? That was Turner Ward.
That was him.
Yeah.
So why can't he have that energy when he's coaching our team?
Because he's the manager half the time when fucking Descalso and Ollie go out together.
Oh, yeah, and Descalso, sorry,
useless.
Cool that you were here for a year, but useless. You're awful at your job.
Yep.
Like, where's Jim Edmonds for bench coach or hitting coach or something?
In the broadcast booth.
Well, yeah, but like, bye.
Speaking of, we haven't talked about, you guys didn't watch the Toronto series, did you?
No.
Fucking, so he's up there, and they showed Katie Wu and Alexa Dat
I heard about
up on the CN Tower, you know, like the sky.
Yeah.
So, and like, you know, they bungee cord, like you can kind of like hang off or whatever.
Okay.
And they showed the pictures, and Jim's like, she's got bigger cojones than I do, figuratively speaking. And Chip Carey's just like, thanks, Jim. Like, why do you need to, like, fine. Weird way to say that in the first place, but I understand. Bravery would have been a better word. But why did he have to say, figuratively speaking? We know that. She's a woman. Thanks, Jim. Shut the fuck up. He's so bad at his job. It pisses me off.
He is.
He needs to be a hitting coach.
Well, depending on who you ask, he's terrible at his job.
He is. He's awful. The chemistry between...
Some people think he's so good.
Well,
I was going to say,
he's an idiot.
Missed the joke I was going to say. But
Danger, no filter. Fucking idiot.
I remember when I was in 5th grade.
Tell people to kill yourself on the air or whatever you did.
Oh, well. Anyways.
No, but...
I wouldn't even mind having someone like, Poole. Well, Poole's can, but like...
I know what you're saying.
Matt Carpenter, even.
I think
he will be a coach and he retires for us.
I think he'll be on the team next year, but I don't think it'll be as a coach.
We'll
get into that later.
As much as I love Adam Wainwright, and I think he provides great stuff with the broadcasts for MLB Fox, he would be a great pitching coach. And I think the guys would look up to him.
I think Ludwig's a good place to start now, because clearly what he did with Walker and Scott is working.
Victor Scott and
quickly
one thing and it fixed.
And the first time Walker came up, he really wasn't given a fair shake.
No.
So I'd like to think he fixed Jordan too.
Yes.
Well,
haven't been proven differently.
This goes to you keep talking about like how certain guys fix the fact. Here's another thing that somebody I heard somebody talk about this. When someone struggles with the Cardinals, their biggest thing to do is just send them down. Why not work on that?
Yeah.
Why not, like that just shows that you don't have the major league coaching to fix those problems. If Ryan Ludwig, who is not on the major league staff, can fix Walker and Scott
in a week,
why can't Turner Ward?
Exactly.
Yep.
So I'd raise that and even go as far to say I know it's not their job, but we have 2 Hall of Fame hitters on our team.
Yeah.
Why can't they help the younger guys? I know they're like, well, we're not leaders. Well,
the way Goldschmidt had his last interview,
he doesn't seem like he's
kind
really
of feels like he might not be back.
Fine.
I don't hate it.
I don't fine if he comes back, but we have so much more flexibility on our roster if he's not here.
Yes.
Let's read Goldschmidt's.
We talked about that.
Let's read Goldschmidt's stats from this year. He'll end up being right at league average. He has played in 149 games. He has had
the homers are there.
The homers are there.
243 average, 709 OPS, 302 on base, 407 slugging. The OPS plus 96 with 21 homers and 60 RBI. For a majority of the year, though, he was just
bad,
so bad.
He actually cooled off again, though. That hot month.
I know that he had a hot late August, early September.
It's over now.
But to me, that I don't care how good of a month that was, how good of a stretch that was. It doesn't make up for what you did for March through
August, basically.
Yeah.
If they re-sign him, it can't be to a big contract.
Nope, you have.
I don't even think you should re-sign him in general.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that as well.
I mean,
I've been saying since
you go back to Arizona.
I've been saying since the trade deadline of 23 that we should just trade him while his value was high.
Yeah, no, we should have. You want, especially that year.
In hindsight, that was an opinion I had in the moment, and looking back on it in hindsight, this was what I feared.
I know the Twins were interested in him. Do you remember who the high headliner would have been? Edward Julian.
Well, he sucks too.
Yep, so maybe that wouldn't have been the move. But the point is, you're right. Somebody would have bid something for him, and there would have been a bidding war with how good he was in first baseman power hitter back then. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And with Nolan, anybody that says we should trade Nolan is stupid.
I'm fine with Nolan because his power started to kind of come back a little bit, and he really hit. You have his bolt up. Didn't he end up batting like 270 this year?
Yes, something around.
Which is really good for major leagues this year.
It's probably down to 260 now.
Funny enough, my mom just sent me a text. Speaking of Jim Edmonds, he's selling his house in St. Louis.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
$9 million or something.
270 right on the dot for Nolan. I'm okay with that. His defense has gotten better. He's only 33. He's got a lot of good years. We don't trade Nolan.
The scary thing is genuinely though, where are our home runs at?
Yeah, that's what we need to figure out.
We didn't hit a home run in spring training until the last week.
Yeah, we have power hitters.
And I was like, oh, that's not a big deal because we play it wherever whatever it's called.
Roger Dean.
Yeah, it's impossible to hit home runs there. So I wasn't worried about us not hitting.
It just really hasn't translated.
Then,
Wilson was our power, and then he got hurt twice.
And you have your leader is Burleson and Goldschmidt with 21, and Burleson leads the team in RBIs with 80.
Yeah, that's not a lot. You got to have an RBI guy.
That's bad.
Well, I saw on Twitter, it's just a prediction from an insider or proclaimed insider, but they linked us to an outfielder. And I don't know if it really makes sense, but I like it. It was Anthony Santander.
Yep, please.
I would, yep.
So the thing
He's really good.
The thing I'm scared about is this kind of whole 1 year wonder type of thing with him.
I don't think he's been that 1 year wonder though.
But this year it's way more than normal.
But every year he's been good.
Third in home runs?
He's really good.
He's a switch hitter, and he does that in Baltimore where the wall
is stupid.
Stupid. Both sides are stupid, to be honest.
But I mean, even last year he was good. The year before, just not like this good.
Yeah.
But
I would be okay with it. He doesn't play defense. You would have to have him DH. His defense sucks.
That's fine.
So that would really be the year where Walker's
not a bad outfielder.
Yeah, he had a bad play the other day.
He's not bad.
He has improved very much.
It was at the point where he lost the ball in the lights.
Yeah,
that happens.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, it's something you just have to.
Good God,
watching him come in on a ball.
Yeah, he's really good.
Well, he's hitting 235.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
OPS has to be what 900.
Let's look at his OPS.
No, Walker. Watching him come in on a ball.
His OPS is 816.
Oh, that's not bad.
His OPS plus is 133.
How much does he strike out? That's what I'm.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
127 strikeouts.
Everybody strikes out.
56 walks.
Well, he walks a lot then.
He walks a decent.
We don't have that either. We don't take walks.
No, we don't. Burleson refuses to walk.
So do we want to go through the roster and decide what's worth keeping back? You want to do that later and talk about other baseball stuff? There's a lot that happened in baseball this week.
We could do that really quick and then wrap up the Cardinals.
Okay.
And then.
So you want to start in the outfielders?
Sure.
Start with DH, Matt Carpenter. Okay, I have an opinion. I think Matt Carpenter should. If he wants to play, he comes back.
Which he does.
He's been fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Matt Carpenter said...
I don't hate it, but
if it's just Matt Carpenter. You don't need Brandon Crawford or another Brandon Crawford type.
I don't hate it, but I also don't want us to do what the Miami Heat did for years with Udonis Haslem and just keep him and not play him.
Which is funny. So Matt Carpenter already said he wants to play, and he's open because he enjoyed his role with the Cardinals this year. So he's going to go to a team that's going to give him a Cardinals-like role next year, and I think the Cardinals are the only team that's going to give him that.
I'm fine with him coming back.
I don't hate it, honestly.
I mean, he's a Cardinal Hall of Famer, and genuinely, he's really good to have in the dugout, so I'm okay with it.
So our group of outfielders, I feel like is 6 of them. I'm pretty sure it's all yeses, but Donovan, Scott, Siani, Burleson, Nootbaar, Walker.
I've been on the Nootbaar train.
So I think you keep them all, but if you can get something for Victor Scott, simply because I think yes, Nootbaar makes more sense, right? Mm-hmm. They're not going to trade Nootbaar. It makes sense, but they won't.
To the ground.
Yeah,
I think if
as much as this city loves Nootbaar,
they won't.
I mean, I love Nootbaar too, and I have a ball.
But he's decent, and the city loves him. They're not going to trade him.
I don't know. I'm just really high on Michael Siani.
No, I am too. But I think Scott's the one. If somebody gives you something, like is willing to give you something,
unfortunately, it's going to be the Rays, and you know what?
Yeah, he'll be really good. The Rays love our outfielders. So the infield group's more, I think, of a conversation. You got Baker, Goldschmidt, Fermin, Gorman, Sajaci, Arenado, and Wynn. Obviously, you keep Arenado.
You keep Arenado.
Wynn's a keep.
Yeah, obviously. I liked what I've seen of Sajaci.
Me too.
Have you been able to watch him much?
No.
He hasn't been hitting great, but you could see that he can. And his defense is insane.
Pluto because Fermin sucks. He's terrible at everything he does.
My thing with Fermin is he's young and he has options.
Option him to Pluto.
Well, you know what I'm saying. There's no reason to get rid of him.
Yes, but he's bad.
But he shouldn't get playing time.
No.
Gorman is an interesting one because
I would keep Gorman, but like we said,
don't give him the nod.
Make him work for it in spring training.
I agree.
Yep.
Say this spot is yours to lose.
And then
it's
Baker,
if you don't show up, you will lose your spot.
Baker is just going to be what he does every year.
Our first baseman, Baker's fine. He's actually hitting really well, but he's also 27.
Yeah.
He ain't getting any younger, and he doesn't really play.
Only 25.
Yeah. And Goldschmidt, we've kind of already.
Yeah, Goldschmidt, I don't really want.
I don't want Goldschmidt back.
No, I'm kind of leaning towards that. We have 3 catchers.
Trade Ivan Herrera, keep the other 2.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Ivan's fine, but he's out of options. You can't, and he's not a good defensive catcher. You can't send him down and work on it anymore. He's here now, so you might as well trade him.
Yeah,
because he can hit.
I feel like you can get some back.
You got into one yesterday, didn't you, or the other day?
The other day, and then they benched him the next day.
Yeah. Check.
But it
says a lot about how they view him. By the way,
Pages is. They just love his defense. I know. I was talking to James the other day, and he was like, "We don't have a catcher that could play defense." And I'm like, "Well, Pages is our best."
He doesn't have the best throwing out ability, but that's okay.
He has the fastest of anybody on our team.
Yep.
Because Contreras can't throw out anybody.
I think you keep Pages as the backup, and once Wilson either stops playing catcher or his contract runs out, you have plenty of those guys in the system. Yep. Leonardo Bernal's good, and I really like Jimmy Crooks. Yep. But they're not here yet. So.
No. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, again, with the team, there's just not much to move. But the stuff that needs to move needs to move.
I think the pitching has a lot of stuff you could...
Genuinely, if Goldschmidt moves on, you just...
Get another bat of some sort, like impact bat.
That's why I'm talking about Teoscar Hernandez.
Or something, yeah. Or something Santander of that.
Or something.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso.
What?
Pete Alonso.
No. So the pitchers, I know we've kind of... There's a lot of them.
There are a lot of pitchers this year.
Moving around. So the first one alphabetically is Thompson. Somebody would want him, right? He's former top draft pick. He did good last year.
Zach Thompson, he's just
not going to play here.
No.
Toodles. Roy Croft.
I like Roy Croft.
I do too. There's really no reason to get rid of.
Yeah,
he's optional. He's
6'8".
not bad.
He's tall righty that throws hard.
Has he been good? Like, what are the numbers?
Seen him much this year. So
4 ERA. You can send him down 2 more years. There's really no reason to get.
Yeah, keep that for sure.
Romero is obvious. Drew Rom. I don't feel like we really got to see Drew Rom. He got injured and then he just been in the dugout all year.
I was high on Drew Rom.
He's lefty. They won't get rid of him.
No, that's just another one you could throw into the potential starter category.
I have another one for you too. Sem Robersa.
Yep. Man, you've named 4 people and 3 of them are starters.
That's my point.
Yep.
If you do anything with the pitching, you got to alleviate how many of them we got.
Because we have a lot.
I mean, Robersa's only 22.
Yes.
I mean, it's a good.
Isn't Drew Rom only 23?
24.
See, like they're all young too. Zach Thompson,
it is a good problem to have, but at some point, I feel like if you want to, you can add by subtraction, right?
Yes.
You can add to the offense by getting rid of this like insane pitching depth that you have. Because Quinn Matthews not even on here, and I really think he's the future of our rotation. Yes. We have not had a guy that looks like
will be a late inning reliever.
Yes, that's fine.
So
Palante is an easy one. I think he's our best starter.
He's probably our best, but he's our number 2 going into next year if we do nothing.
I'm okay with that.
That's concerning to me, though.
I disagree. He's really good this year. Really good.
Yes, but I don't know.
It's concerning to me. I
need to see more of it.
If Palante's our number 2, it's concerning to me because that means what's behind him is bad.
Yes.
He could be a 3, though. I wouldn't put him
He could be our 3. We said this how many years in a row now?
2.
We need a number 2. Well,
it's funny because the year that we won the division, we didn't have an ace.
No,
but then last year we didn't have in the last year we didn't have an ace either. This year we added an ace, but we didn't get a 2.
Yeah, that's what we need
to get a 2.
Which is why I was lobbying so hard to sign Jordan Montgomery the second free agency started.
He's so bad.
He's bad because he didn't have spring training.
Exactly.
I genuinely.
Well, didn't they all get rid of
Scott Boras? He's an idiot.
Yeah.
No, I like Luis Severino. I really think he could be a good pick for us.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind trading for Logan Gilbert.
Logan Gilbert would be,
I think he's too high to ask
do that.
for, though.
It'd be offensive, though, and I don't really know if we should subtract from the offense.
Depends on who we give up.
Yeah, it depends who they want. O'Brien.
No. I've seen enough.
I don't know if we can send him down, whatever.
Like, he's bad.
Yeah.
Like, he's got major control problems. I'll never forget at the game when you were like, look, and then he threw a wild pitch while he was warming up.
I don't need to remember that. That was not my favorite. Miles, we already kind of discussed.
Bye.
I love to. I just don't know how.
Really good personality, but like you're
fun guy. I just don't know who takes
a guy I would like to hang out with, but
I bet he'd be great, right?
Yeah, probably. But
go fishing with.
I
don't even fish.
He's just bad. Like go to
have a beer with.
He'd be fun to drink with.
I'm trying to think.
If you have a beer with Miles Michaelis, you're not just having a beer.
No, you probably have.
You are shutting that fucking bar down if you go out drinking.
We're gonna get to a conversation related to that later.
Genuinely trying to think of what kind of team would even take him. Like, what team would genuinely be stupid?
The Twins seem to like to take stupid pitchers with good contracts.
The Rockies,
the Nationals did Patrick Corbin.
Honestly, the fucking White Sox could take Michaelis because you're not going to get any
they're cutting
worse.
Payroll though, which is insane given that they have one of the lowest payrolls in baseball. But we'll get to that. This one's fun because I know we talk about him a lot, but Keenan Middleton,
sign him back. Literally,
we really didn't get to see him. So
he was all injured. He pitched a whopping 7 innings or whatever in spring training. Bring him back. He seems like a good guy.
Yeah, he seems.
We've seen him
he's
around.
In the bullpen every day when the pitcher's warming up. He's basically a coach.
Probably.
So let him play. I mean, he might as well.
He's a bigger dude. I think
we
saw him in the stands when we were there.
Oh boy. No, we didn't. Michael McGreevy. That's an easy one. Have you got to see anything on him since he's come up?
So he's pitching tonight, right?
He is starting tonight.
Go if he does good in Coors tonight, you got something.
So his first start was that game after we went. Remember against the Rangers that we went to Minnesota?
Oh yeah.
He went 7 scoreless.
Yep,
I vaguely remember.
Or 7 and 1 run, something like that. He's pitched 2 outings in relief. 1 or 2.
He's got an 0.80 ERA.
ERA under 1.
Yeah,
he's looked really good.
So if he goes in Coors today and does really well,
good.
Yep, you got, and that's another one that we didn't even talk about in the rotation. Is Michael?
He's a starter.
Yeah. Yep.
Mats.
Bye.
We'll group next to Mats and Lynn.
Bye.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
the more we're sitting here talking about it, we have younger pitchers that I think, even if they're not as good, right? Like, say,
I'd rather ride with them.
Next year, say McGreevy has a 5 ERA. I'd much rather have that over Lance Lynn's potential 10.
Yeah. Mats I've always liked, but if he's not healthy, he's never healthy.
That's the thing.
And Lynn's getting older, and he's not healthy. It's the same idea.
Neither one of them have seemed to stay healthy, and they're not worth.
Mats especially.
And
Matt's only getting paid 11.
I legitimately think Lynn's going to retire this year.
I think
who's going to pick him up?
Somebody would, but
I don't think
you're right. I don't disagree.
I personally don't see it.
I
honestly thought if the Cardinals not signed him this year, he would have retired that.
Yeah, because he had a really rough year last year. He was good this year, though. I mean, I don't think that should be overlooked. He was good this year. Good enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Matt's somebody's going to take him because simply his contract is not bad. 11 years. Yeah. Somebody want that.
11 years
or 11 million a year, like for a starter right now, is cheap.
Yeah.
Even if he's injured. Lotus.
We saw him for an inning?
2 games. Yeah, Ryan Lotus. Yeah,
I mean, I guess you.
He's just another reliever. Just another guy. Liberatore's got to stay, right?
Been
really good.
He's becoming a late inning reliever, which is.
I don't know how much you get to watch, so I feel
I
like
don't get to watch
Matthew Liberatore
has been so
like
good
a legit
lately.
late inning reliever.
I hated him as a starter, but I mean,
I hated him.
So if we can turn him into a
our bullpen's really good.
That
doesn't need any help.
The bullpen was never my concern this offseason.
No, it shouldn't even be thought of as
If we could turn Liberatore into an actual good late inning reliever that throws 98 like he's doing right now, I'll look at that Randy Arozarena trade and say we won because Arozarena sucks.
I remember saying whenever we first started, our bullpen was not my concern. The offense was my concern. The starting pitching was my concern.
That's really been more the offense, though. I think you can let Kittredge go into free agency and still have a really good bullpen. I'm going to say something crazy when we get to him, but we'll get there. Leahy, I know you're a big Leahy fan. He's really not bad.
No, you bring him back. Again, just tall pitchers, bring him back.
A guy I haven't seen much of, so I'm just going to...
He's not bad.
Okay,
he got shelled at the game.
I'll let you
guys.
I trust your guys.
Kloffenstein? We didn't get to see much of him.
So he had one good outing. Was that?
It was like a start Negro League game.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, it was only the inning, though.
He's only 24.
It was that's got to be a crazy MLB debut.
Yeah, there.
The Negro League game, that's crazy.
He's fine.
But yes, bring him back.
Kittredge.
So,
no.
Is he a free agent? Okay.
I don't hate it if they do, but he's 34.
And he's just...
I mean, I don't know. He's been pretty good.
Him and JoJo have struggled the second half.
Kittredge has kind of gotten even out
I feel like a
lately.
lot of that, though, is because they got overworked in the first half.
It is. So, I don't know. I'm indifferent.
I think, again, though, you have so many relievers that are younger.
Yeah. That's kind of what I think.
I'm leaning towards that way.
You have good relievers. Let them go. Yeah. King.
I love John
King.
I
think he's fine. We have a million lefties, so we got to get rid of one.
Big ground ball pitcher, and he's a lefty. John King. And we got him for Chris Stratton. Technically. So, yeah.
This is the one that I might have a hot take on. Ryan Helsley.
Yeah, you want to trade him.
Keep
him.
So
you trade him.
Is he now tied with Jason Isringhausen?
2 away from breaking.
With Rosenthal.
Rosenthal's a record. Isringhausen at 47. So he's tied with your cousin.
Izzy? Oh, cool.
So yeah, he'll break it, or he'll at least tie Rosenthal.
Yeah. So here's the thing: we have 6 losses this year in games that Helsley's pitched. So he's 58-6. And 25-25 of saves at Busch Stadium this year.
I agree, and I think if you don't look to trade him, but I see what the Padres had to give up for Tanner Scott, and I know that Ryan Helsley is better and has more control. You don't ignore that. You at least have to think about it.
You talk about. I know Helsley has a few blown saves. Though, is it 2 or 3 blown saves that he ended up getting the win?
It was 2 because his first 2 blown saves he won.
Yeah. Exactly. So to me, that he has been too. I get what you're saying, but
he's been our best player.
Scary.
He has been easily our most consistent pitcher and a pitching staff that has been up and down all year.
And I
think you have to take that into consideration.
And I don't think trading him has anything to do with his performance. I think it's simply that we could get a haul.
We could.
And I don't think you force a trade for Helsley. You don't push for it. But you at least, if somebody calls and offers you a fuck ton for him, you don't say no.
Who would be our closer, though?
I think Fernandez. Yeah. I think he looks really good. JoJo's got closer stuff. Yeah. You could sign somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I don't know.
Isn't Fairbanks a free agent at the end of this year?
You could just trade for him.
You could. I think he's got 1 year left. But Fairbanks loves
St. Louis.
So.
And the Rays don't value their relievers when they trade them. They just give them up for nothing.
And the Rays did say they want to push for the playoffs next year. They said this wants to be a one and done type of bad season. So
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't hate it.
I just don't like trading with the Rays. We do it every day of our lives.
And we lose. Gray is kind of a...
Yeah, keep him. Even cut the home runs, but...
He'll be fine. Graceffo. I'd like to again another guy that we didn't talk about. I'd like to see more.
We do have so many starters. Jesus Christ.
I plead the fifth because I haven't seen him pitch.
He was good in the.
I haven't either.
Wasn't he good at the one start he had?
Decent. He's got a ERA in the majors this year of 4.70 in 7 innings.
Nah.
He changed his number. No,
I mean, again, he's just young. Keep him around.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of him. Gibson.
It depends.
Well, I think now going through this, all the starters, it depends what you do.
If we sign a guy like Sean Manaea, or we trade for a guy like Logan Gilbert, or
someone like a 2,
if we get a legitimate 2
or 1,
you don't bring him back.
No. So my thing is now looking through this. This is going to be kind of a hot take. I'm okay with all these guys that we're talking about, like Lynn, Gibson. Don't pick up their options. You look for a trade for Matz and Michaelis. You find a 2, and you let the young guys go for the 3 through 5.
Yes, because
that's what. Yeah, like I don't hate Gibson coming back as long as he's not our
anything more than a 3.
I wouldn't even want him back as a 3.
Yeah, no, I get that.
The problem is like
because I remember you and I had this conversation when the Cardinals were still in contention. If they made the wild card team, you're looking at that pitch as I was like, none of their starters scared me.
And I think if we would make the playoffs with the team right now, you go
Palante
Gray,
1,
Palante, and then you rely heavily on the bullpen for the whole series.
I think you go Palante,
which wouldn't last long.
Because Sonny Gray just isn't.
Because I mean, you can't rely on a bullpen like that, no matter how good it is. And we have a good one. The last 2 are I think Fetty and Fernandez. I think Fernandez is one.
Fetty's good.
Fetty and so is Fernandez.
Fetty's good if he's your 4.
Fetty's been really good outside of his 1 start that he had.
His first one.
His first one was awful. After that, he's got like a 2 ERA.
So Fernandez,
I'm just still not high on a guy who before this season has never had an ERA under 4.
No, I agree. That's what I thought when we were trading for him too.
Which is why at the time I still gave our deadline of C-.
It's looking more like that.
It's looking more like a C-.
Sean Armstrong got bounced again, though.
Yeah, he did. Cubs DFA'd Sean Armstrong.
Don't know why. He's actually pretty good.
I wouldn't even be opposed to having him back, but
no.
If they can figure it out.
Fernandez, I've talked about him a lot. He's really good. For a Rule 5 pickup, those aren't supposed to be in fact.
You seem to love Rule 5.
It's my favorite day. You guys, this year when Rule 5 comes around, I'm going to be insufferable. It's my favorite day. I love the Rule 5.
I don't even know who any of them are.
Same.
Well, that's why you do research.
No.
Okay.
Well, you just like Rule 5 because of one person, and it stuck with you forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Ryan Fernandez is really good this year.
Yes,
his record doesn't look that good.
Do I get an invite to you and Matt Bowman's wedding? Am I going to be invited to that?
But you're invited to our Halloween thing that we're doing. You probably won't.
What's the Halloween thing?
I don't know. We're just going to start a fire in my driveway.
Okay.
Like a legal one, and just sit around and we can drink or whatever. I don't care.
Maybe.
Yeah, I figured you'd probably, it's a long drive.
Probably it'll just be me and Josh, but like
if I don't have to work.
It'd probably just be me and Lucas, and that's okay.
Halloween's on a Thursday, which sucks. But
you can come. You definitely invited, but I figured you'd be busy.
Okay.
Anyways.
Is that it?
Yeah. I think we have a lot to do.
Genuinely going through that and seeing all the young starters that we just forgot to talk about, kind of get rid of the old fucks.
I agree.
I'm okay with letting Palante, Gray, and Fetty go and just
get rid of Lynn.
You don't even necessarily. I mean, if the right 2-1 falls in your hands, yeah, but I'd just be okay letting Matthews, Graceffo,
if you could if your rotation next year is Gray, Palante, Fetty, and then you get Manaea and McGreevy, or
Graceffo or
anybody in that 5th spot. But you need. I think you still need to get somebody.
I mean, yes, and I would like that. But if they don't and they rely on the young guy, okay.
Unfortunately, I think they might end up trying to rely on Matthew Liberatore, and
he just needs to be a reliever.
Yep.
Every time he starts, it does not work. Just don't fix.
They need to stop doing it. But okay, we talked about the Cardinals for a very long time.
An hour. But there's a lot else going on in baseball.
Can I talk about one thing that I want to talk about before I forget? Emmanuel Clase should win Cy Young, but that's just...
I've been kind of open to that as well. Have you seen his numbers?
He's having the best reliever season ever.
Since Rivera, probably?
Maybe Zach Britton a couple years ago.
Yeah, oh my God, I forgot about that year. 0.63 ERA, 0.63 whip this year.
What is FIP?
Holy cock.
Yeah, he's having one. No one's talking about it.
Speaking of, he's got a fellow teammate.
4.4 WAR as a
reliever
so he obviously will win reliever of the year. But should he take?
I don't think it should be a debate.
Should he take Cy Young away from Tariq?
What's his ERA plus?
What's his ERA plus?
Take a guess at what his ERA
200.
plus is.
Fuck,
way higher than that.
Really?
I have it pulled up too.
250?
Way higher.
6 4.49 ERA plus. He is almost 500 points. He's 549 points better than the league average pitcher.
That's great. So here's the thing: should Emmanuel Clase win Cy Young over Tariq Skubal?
His career.
I think.
Yes.
I think you can make a legit.
But Tariq Skubal is going to win Triple Crown. So like,
how often is it that pitchers win the
not
Triple
often?
Crown? Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's like it's going to genuinely. It might be down the middle. But when's the last time we saw a reliever win Cy Young?
It's been a long time.
Was it
90s? I think.
Did Eckersley do it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think did Rivera do it?
No,
I don't think so. But I think it was Eckersley.
I think Rivera might have gotten votes, but I don't think he.
But I think Clase.
The last one that finished the top 3 is Britain.
Yeah.
He had a comparable. Do you see Clase's career ERA?
It's so good.
Fucking insane.
He's insane.
169.
I know we were talking about Hall of Fame or not with relievers the other week.
I think he's. Yeah, I think
he's only 26.
Yeah, but like, dude,
if he keeps this up,
if he does this for just 4 more years, he's on that train.
If he wins MVP this year or
Cy Young
this year, he's a Hall of Famer.
He's gonna have 200 saves by the time he's 27.
Yep.
I mean,
and he's on the Guardians, who
end of his 27 year
are just underappreciated.
I wanted to mention the Guardians. They were the big thing is Ohtani, right? 50 for 50. Well, we should probably talk about that, right?
60.
Yeah.
There's no way he hits 7 home runs in a week.
He's got cores for 3 games.
Does he now? So there's a chance. If he goes 60 for 60.
He needs 7 home runs and 5 stolen bases.
If he goes 60-60, then yes, I would say he should win MVP.
I think he should anyways. But there is another player in the league that is 3 homers away. Yeah. He's 3 homers away from 40-40.
Yep.
Nobody talking about that. Jose Ramirez.
Really?
Yep.
Nobody's talking about that.
Wow.
Because it's all overshadowed by
Ohtani,
Gunnar Henderson having 20-40 season, and then you have J-Ram, who's always
32 at 40-40.
As of right now, I still think my MVP would be, if the season still ended today,
it's Judge.
I think it would be Bobby Witt still.
I just think,
Judge was on pace for 60 for a while, but he has fallen off that pace. He's flirting with 60, and that is very impressive. But what Bobby Witt has been doing with the team around him and the stadium that he plays in is equally, if not more.
I mean, they'll be top 2.
The Royals collapse is unfortunate.
Right, but you still can't put any of that on Witt because he's leading the league. Also, I think Witt provides more value as a fielder and base runner.
Yes,
personally,
definitely. I think
which I know not every writer or voter is going to look at that, but I kind of take that into value.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said too about the Royals starting to suck ever since Tommy Pham joined. I don't think he's great.
I think he's bad for the clubhouse, but I don't think that's anything new. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, I think the top 3 in the MVP though is. No matter how, I'm not even speculating order. Just Judge, Witt, Jose Ramirez, that because they always have the 3 finalists. That has to be your finalist. Gunnar Henderson's probably 4.
Yeah,
which is
a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy because in almost any year he's a unanimous MVP.
Yeah,
I think.
And your Cy Young are probably what you think: Clase, Skubal, Burns. Yeah, whoever's 3 Burns, won't even have a chance. But
Eflin's been really good, but I doubt he gets it because he's
should have gotten him at the deadline.
Yeah, but no, it's like, dude, I don't know.
I don't know. Very interesting.
The last week of this month is going to be like what decides it for the last week of the year is what's going to decide. MVP.
Genuinely though, if Bobby Witt goes off this last week and Aaron Judge sucks, you
can make that argument. I think Ohtani's got it in the NL. Yes. I mean, I understand he doesn't play, but 50-50 is like the game he had in Miami is probably the best single season performance ever.
Yeah, and it will be
6 for 6, 10 RBIs. 3 homers, 2 doubles, and 2 stolen. What?
Yeah, that's insane.
And they're talking about him pitching in the postseason.
He might pitch in the postseason. Yeah,
I don't think he's.
I genuinely don't think he should ever pitch again.
I don't think he's going to.
He will, but I don't think he should.
I don't think he should unless he forces it.
Look at the hitter he is. Put him in the outfield. Let him hit.
So
put him at first base and let fucking
literally.
I know you know what it is. You know what out of the park baseball is?
Oh, I love out of the park baseball.
Really?
I've seen a lot of YouTube
what a guy.
about it, yeah.
Love that game. I did an A's because I'm weird.
Yeah.
I'm in like 2028. Ohtani plays third base for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I just think that's fun.
Yep. Like I'm telling you, put him at a position. Don't let him pitch and move on.
The game's
his
really
bat will play anyway.
He's still trying to learn how to switch hit. Which if he does that, we might as well just die. Because he's the best player ever.
Somebody in our department yesterday said something. You're not a big fan of this person, and you're gonna want to.
Person?
It's our advisor. You're not gonna like it because he said it, but he's right. He said he's the best baseball player ever. And I think skill-wise, not statistics-wise, skill and pure ability, yes.
I would say no, simply because of the fact that his pitching numbers shouldn't. Yes, I know he can pitch, but like he's not a Cy Young caliber pitcher.
No, but he's a 2.
Yeah, he's a 2, but
I think if with a 2 and you the best hitter in baseball, plus he's fast, there's nobody else that comes close. Not even remotely.
Henry Aaron.
And he couldn't pitch.
But he played Gold Glove defense for 20 plus years.
And I think Ohtani could too if he did. I think he would.
Aaron Judge was a well above average, or not Aaron Judge, Hank Aaron. Jesus Christ, Hank Aaron was a above average player. Never hit less than double digit homers hit double digit homers every year for 23 years.
I just think if Ohtani,
that is insane to me.
If Ohtani had a 6 ERA every year as a career ERA as a pitcher and sucked every year, I would say yes. You're right. He's not a Cy Young caliber pitcher, right, but he's still really good.
I think a lot of pitchers too could do this, not at the level that Ohtani's doing, but could do what he's doing if teams
I agree.
didn't want to risk it.
Mason Wynn.
Paul Skeens could probably be Paul Skeens could probably be a good hitter, but the Pirates don't want to risk
something.
Oh my God.
No, I don't disagree with that, but I think right now, with how teams are running it, pure ability ever. Shohei Ohtani is the most talented baseball player ever. Pure ability.
He's definitely up there.
And then you add in that he's like a good dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He's worth every penny of $700 million.
Dude, in the last 4 years, Ohtani's hit 177
That's
home runs.
not normal. And he's only 30, right?
Yep.
He'll play for until he's 40.
I'm just looking at Hank Aaron's baseball.
I mean, it's impressive. Don't get me wrong. But
he only had one season with a OPS plus over 100. Hank Aaron did.
Under 100, I mean?
Under 100, yeah.
His last one, right?
When he was 40, he played until he was 42. He
Yeah.
played 85 games at the age of 42 and had an OPS of 102. At the age of 41, he played 137 games, and his OPS plus was 95.
So right at league average. I don't know.
At the age of 41.
Hank Aaron is definitely top 5 all time. I just think you have to factor in what.
I mean,
if you think about it, Ohtani probably has 10 years left at least because he'll just DH till he's 50 at this point.
He'll be another Ichiro.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, did you see what happened in Japan last night?
No.
So they had every year, Ichiro puts together a team. They call it Ichiro's All-Stars. And they play the best high school women's team in Japan.
Okay.
But you know who hit, now granted it's not important. You know who hit a home run? Not Ichiro. Ichiro played outfield, hosed somebody. I saw a video of his arm. It's still impressive.
Usual, yeah.
It's a major leaguer, big time Japanese player.
Was it Hideki Matsui?
It was Hideki Matsui. 50-year-old Hideki Matsui.
Nice.
50? Jesus Christ.
Loved that. Sorry, that reminded me of that. I wanted to get that out.
That's impressive.
I just realized, there's another thing we didn't talk about that we were going to.
C.J. Abrams? Yeah.
Oh.
You mentioned something earlier about, I don't remember what you said that, I don't remember. Never mind. But yes, C.J. Abrams has a problem.
So
I saw Trevor Plouffe say, I didn't realize it because I was on vacation when this happened. I didn't really care to look into it. Davey Martinez says he has a problem and we're getting it fixed. And Trevor Plouffe made a good point that this probably isn't the first time.
Yeah.
And we just didn't know about it.
Yeah, and that's why, because the curfew seems kind of weird.
Well, I thought it was really aggressive to send him down to low A ball.
For one time.
So maybe
this must be something that happened. I saw a picture of him at the casino.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
It's clearly him.
Very clear. Yep.
Maybe it started after the All-Star break when he started to suck.
Yeah, something happened where this has happened before. But kind of interestingly, you don't see that with an All-Star much.
No.
Yeah, it was really good this year for the first half, really. But I mean, that's really weird. And now you're in low A ball. Enjoy that.
Not even A ball. It's just the spring training complex. He's just.
I mean, I think
he's just sitting there.
Yeah, probably.
I know a lot of athletes do a lot of things to take their mind off of it.
As they should.
Maybe that's something that he does to take his mind off it. But if you're staying out that late.
And you have a game at 1. It's not like it's a night game. It was a day game.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but again, that goes back to clearly if they took this action, this has happened.
Oh, yeah, this has happened in the past.
But also, I mean, if you're a baseball player in the MLB and you have a game at 1, you're at the ballpark by 7. So
yeah. So he probably was late to getting to the ballpark because he was at the casino.
Yeah, which is something. That's crazy. And also, I do love Davey Martinez. I think I don't know if he's a great manager, but
he seems great though.
He's been. Yeah.
Speaking of, David Bell got fired.
He did.
He did get fired.
Good.
Do you see who the replacement's going to be?
No.
Skip Schumacher.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's a good spot for him.
Which is so incredibly unfortunate.
For us, because that Reds team is really talented if they have somebody that can manage them and pitching.
I mean, if you look at what Skip Schumacher did with the Marlins last year.
Yep.
Yeah, not a good team.
If you think about it, their pitching was why they
carried.
Yes.
They have so many
and they had,
now.
exactly. Sandy got hurt. You can't really control that.
No,
He's your best pitcher. And
yeah,
you can't.
They
You're not going to win. You're not going to win
anyways.
a lot of games when your best pitcher immediately gets hurt.
I mean, they needed to sell anyways, like they did at the deadline, just to get some offense. But like they did, and they still have that pitching core that's around when they get healthy. I don't think the Marlins are going to be terrible long.
No.
But no, the Skip Schumacher with the Reds offense is going to be good, and the Reds pitching is a lot like us, where they have just like a conglomerate of like random decent pitchers.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might be okay. If they get Skip Schumacher, that's not great for the Central.
No, because they.
I don't think I really don't think the Brewers are a dynasty kind of team where they'll last.
Dude,
I just don't
understand. The Brewers are one of those teams, honestly, that are like so mid that like they could go shock everybody and win the World Series this year, and that's really weird to say.
They're not that good. Their bullpen's good.
It feels like it's kind of like the Blues in the Stanley Cup in 2019. They're just mid, and they got in at the right time, and they just rode the momentum all the way to the Stanley Cup win. And I feel like the Brewers could do that.
The Marlins just DFA'd Christian Pache.
Oh,
darn,
well.
Sucks. Anyways, no, but who do you guys think? I know we're probably going to talk about the postseason more at length once we get like before, but like, who do you guys have
winning
right
it?
now, World Series?
So I was talking about this the other day. Genuinely, I don't know. Like it's so up in the air. I feel like
I think
pick one from each division.
I think
each
the AL
league.
is up in the air,
each league.
but in the NL, I don't see anyone beating the Braves.
I don't
or not the Braves. I don't see anyone beating
Phillies.
the Phillies.
I don't either.
I genuinely don't
I
think
love the
anyone's going to beat
Phillies.
the
Oh
Phillies.
my god!
And it's not the Brewers.
No,
the Brewers have the pitching.
Now, wouldn't it be really funny if the
Phillies?
Phillies play against the Brewers and Reese Hoskins goes off against the Phillies? That would be really fun.
The
My
one
thing is
team,
like I don't think any team in the league is going to keep up with Harper, Schwarber, Stott,
I have one team in the
JT.
NL that could.
Bohm.
It's not the Dodgers. I think the Padres.
So good for Mike Schilt because they're really
Their
good.
bullpen
Mike Schilt's going to win manager
and their
of the year. He
offense
deserves it.
is really good.
Mike Schilt does deserve
Yes, he
manager
does.
of the year.
In the AL, I know it's not going to be the Astros. I just don't think they're built for.
I agree.
Are we allowed to say that every fucking year? Oh, who's in the Final Four?
The Astros, it gets boring.
It does. It gets really boring.
I think the AL representative in the World Series comes from the East. I think it's either going to be the Orioles or the Yankees.
I agree.
And you know what? If the Yankees win the World Series, it's been 15 years. That's fine.
It's
good for them.
unfortunate.
I don't. I think when
I
the
hate the
Yankees are
Yankees.
good, it's good for baseball.
I hate the Yankees though.
I want to
can't.
be.
It's good for baseball.
Being realistic.
People hate the Yankees. I mean, you can't lie. People when the Yankees are good, people hate the Yankees.
Being
People
realistic,
watch.
unfortunately, I think the World Series might be the Dodgers and Yankees, which really sucks.
I don't
know.
see it happening.
That would suck.
That would
That
be
would be
awful.
very bad.
I don't see it happening
root for the
simply
Yankees.
because of how many Dodgers players were hurt at the start of the year.
And now they have no rotation.
Yeah.
I
That
don't think
and,
the
like,
Dodgers will. Their offense will be
I love
fine. They're in the center
I love
bench.
Mookie Betts. I'm very
Well,
very
again, if
high on him.
Otani's going to pitch in the postseason, they're fine.
But they don't have anybody after him.
I don't think that.
And they wouldn't let him go. He'd be a reliever.
Here's my thing: if Otani, you're not going to pitch Otani in the postseason when he hasn't pitched all year. That's just too
At
much.
most, he'd be a
That
reliever.
is too much
He's not going to
stress and
start.
too much
I know he's
pressure
been
to put on one guy.
He's been building himself.
Oh, has
up.
he? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Right, but like there's a
But-
huge difference between throwing a bullpen
And
throwing a
postseason
playoff game.
Yeah. I
Well,
agree.
to me though, yes. For anybody else, but like it's Otani, he could probably do it.
Yes, that's true. But I don't know. The Dodgers pitching injuries, like their
They have
offense is
so
going
many.
to carry it.
Is
I just don't.
Yamamoto back, right?
He might be now.
I think he.
But I
got
just
some-
don't think that with all those injuries,
But
They're
Glasnow,
gonna-
who always gets hurt, is
they're not
hurt.
going to make it real far. They'll make it to maybe the CS. Maybe they'll make it past. I don't know.
That offense by itself will win you
A
the first
series. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're a World Series team.
I hope not. I mean, I really don't want to see that.
I don't think it'll happen.
I don't think any of the Central teams are built. AL Central are built for a postseason.
No,
run.
but
the
it
only
would be
one that
awesome to see
scares
the
me is the Tigers, is because of how hot they are right now.
Yeah.
If they ride that into the postseason,
Okay,
it will
that
happen.
reminds me of something. I bookmarked this on Instagram earlier today because I wanted to bring it up.
And we'll talk more about it next week. But the Guardians bullpen,
One of the best
God
ever.
damn it.
insane.
Where's
But that's for my thing next
hang
week.
on, where's the flipping?
Flipping fracking bookmarks on Instagram.
Yeah, I know. Where's my bookmarks?
I don't know
on
where
Instagram?
they are.
Okay, here we go.
It's hard to get
I
to.
found it.
My bookmarks are not going to be showed in
Here we
public.
go. Here's
Yep.
All right. Here are
Which
the
can imagine.
Here's the playoff odds from the Tigers since August.
Oh, I saw the
11th.
graph. It's stupid.
August 11th, the Tigers had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs.
Wow.
September 14th, they had a 8.7% chance to make the playoffs. September 17th, a 21.5% chance to make the playoffs. And as of 2 days ago, a 61.9%.
I think it'll be.
chance
I think it's higher than that. I think they make the playoffs.
Unfortunately, the Royals have fallen off
I don't think they
because
make
their
the playoffs.
pitching has really struggled.
Well, it's gonna be the Twins or the Royals. I think the Tigers make the playoffs.
Unfortunate because I picked the Tigers to make the playoffs last year, and they're making.
What did you see? They're called up this week.
Jackson Jobe. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
top
really?
pitching prospect in baseball.
To put him in the bullpen to help their final week.
That's crazy.
Yep. So I think that's okay. Weirdly, they put him.
He'll
in
be
the bullpen.
postseason eligible because he was in the organization.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I think the Tigers, with their momentum, they have the best thing that could happen to a team. They sold at the deadline and got hot, so they got better for the future, and they're going to make the playoffs. That's the dream scenario.
The crazy thing too is like you talk about the teams that like just sneak in. Those are oftentimes
the one. Look at the Diamondbacks last year.
Yes, they got hot at the right time.
The Tigers could be that this year, 100%.
The Cardinals in 11 got hot at the right time. Boom,
same thing.
Yep.
Also, if the Tigers
the Phillies
win
in
the
20
Series,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but the Phillies in 22. Sorry.
If the Tigers win the World Series this year, just saying it won't happen, but if they do, Javier Baez will not be back.
No.
So
they've been
good riddance, you overrated bastard.
I'm a loser, right? I know all the players. The Tigers in the postseason are kind of interesting because like especially that offense, like half the fucking country that is watching these games are like, who the hell is this guy?
Well, is Akil Baddoo still on the team?
No, I think he got outrighted.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
So like I know the Tigers players because like
I'm a nerd.
Yes,
I know them, but most people aren't.
Is like Jake Rogers really good?
No, he sucks.
No,
their catchers. They had Carson Kelly and traded him. I don't know.
I thought Jake Rogers was their starting catcher.
I don't think so.
I don't know who their other one is. Which is weird.
See, this is the playoff team.
Yeah, and we don't even know who their catcher is. Dylan Dingler.
So it goes back between Dingler.
It's Dylan Dingler and Jake Rogers,
and they both suck.
That is a crazy last name, Dylan Dingler.
They both suck.
Wasn't he like just drafted?
I love that.
A couple of years ago. Dingler has an OPS plus of 28, and Rogers is an OPS plus of 70. I thought Rogers was going to be good because he had a really good year last year. He sucks.
So their catchers suck, but everything else. Is Torkelson been good lately?
I don't know. I mean, his season numbers aren't, but it's hard to say what. I mean, I'd love to see what just the numbers from what'd you say, like August 20th?
Yeah.
August 11th.
Less than that, August 11th, yeah.
So like between then and now, because I'm sure it's different. But Buddy Kennedy was on that team this year.
You met him.
I love Buddy. No, but I definitely, I don't know. You're right. The Tigers, they're built for a run.
Which is great. I mean,
it's good for baseball, right?
The Tigers, nobody thought they were going to make the playoffs.
No.
I think we predicted them fourth.
I think I did, yeah. I know I predicted the Royals to win the division.
I did. I predicted the Royals to win the division. That's not going to happen because, again, we've been shitting on the Guardians all season, but clearly we're wrong.
Yeah.
So
they tapped into something.
They're just very good, and it's because of that bullpen. Man, I don't know what's up with their bullpen, but they have one of the best.
You're probably ready to go, aren't you?
I was going to say, you guys ready?
One more thing I want to talk about.
Okay. Before we get to the draft, or do you?
Yeah,
okay.
Before we get to the draft.
All right.
Charlie Blackmon retired last night.
That's so sad, dude.
It is.
It was time, but like, good for Charlie.
So, awesome. Gonna watch the games this weekend.
No, he's done. I don't think he's gonna play anymore.
Really?
I know he said season's end.
Oh no! I saw a post on Instagram last night. Charlie Blackmon's last major league home run, and it's like, well, he's playing the rest of the week, but maybe I don't know. Maybe he's not. I don't know.
I know he said they're going to retire at season end. I hope they put him in the line. They have to.
Yeah,
we're in Colorado. Yeah. I would love to see it. Literally,
they got to sing the fucking walk-up
bat
song.
him lead off every game against the Cardinals, and I hope he kills us. Genuinely, I hope he.
I just want to win 2 games so we can have that winning season. But after that, I don't really care.
I love Charlie Blackmon. I loved when Trevor Story and
he was
Charlie
easily
Blackmon,
a top 10 hitter of the 2010s too.
Yes,
he had a good career. Really sneaky good.
Like,
I mean, cores, yes, but
yeah, I thought he was going to play next year too. But I mean, if
that's what I thought too. I thought maybe he was announcing it for this year, next year. He is weird.
Like, yeah, but I mean,
but with his retirement, do you know what position player has been with their team the longest time now?
I'm gonna guess Ryan McMahon.
That's what I was gonna guess.
Right? No, not on the Rockies. I'm talking about like in the league, like what play now? Because Blackmon was the longest tenured like position player on the same team.
Is it Judge?
Mm-mm. These two both debuted in 2011, 12 days apart from each other. So they're 1 and 2.
So he's still on the same team from back in 2011.
Does it count if they went to another team?
No, they have to be on the same team all year.
Okay.
Both of them are relevant. This is
both of them.
You guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I should know who this is.
Both AL players.
Both AL. Okay.
Same division.
A little bit.
Same division, huh?
Would it be? It's not gonna be J-Ram, is it?
Mm-hmm. He was on the list. I think he was 4. I saw it. I won't be able to find the tweet back, but
shoot,
I'm gonna get this, man.
Oh my gosh,
you're probably thinking too hard. If that helps any.
Hold on.
Both of them are very relevant to our podcast.
Okay, well, it's not Matt Bowman.
Well, no, he's been on 5 teams this year.
He's been on like 18 teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm getting all those jerseys. By the way.
Oh my God.
Is it Austin Barnes?
No, you're not. You're thinking way too hard.
Oh my God.
Well, Austin Barnes is a good guess. He's been on the Dodgers since I was like born. It feels like.
Jose Altuve.
He's number 2.
Oh,
he debuted 12 days after number 1.
Oh my God.
Did you say it was same division as the Rockies?
It's no same division as Altuve.
Oh,
Okay.
it's Altuve. Oh.
Damn.
Oh my
This is
God.
sad, guys.
Why is? Oh my God, Mike Trout.
Mike
I'm
Trout's
an
not
idiot.
Well,
He is-
sorry, he doesn't play. So
Oh my
he's
God.
been injured more than he's played.
Jose Ramirez is 4 and Salvador Perez is 3.
I should have.
Yeah.
Why
So
did
that's
I
fine.
not think Mike Trout?
Well, he's been injured more than he's played.
Yes.
So like,
Fair.
So you guys want to do the draft?
Yeah. All right. We got today. Our draft is going to be.
Can somebody stop pressing buttons over there? It's so annoying.
Today, our draft is going to be the most unbreakable sports records. We're going to go 5 of these. It can be as obscure or as obvious as we want. Spinning the wheel for who's going to get the first overall pick in the draft. And the first overall pick is going to go to none other than myself for some stupid reason.
Cocksucker. Well, we all know what the number 1 pick is, right?
I mean, yeah.
In sports records?
Man.
Yeah, I mean, well,
I feel like we all have to. Hopefully, we don't have different number 1s.
All right, number 2 is going to be freaking loads. My computer's being slow today.
It's got to be me, right?
Well, hang on, it's not even loading right now.
Did I get the first one?
I did.
I wasn't
Izzy
listening.
did.
Yeah, I did for some reason.
Okay. Sorry.
Shut up. It's not.
I
weird.
just was zoned out.
Number 2 is going to go to
clocking in.
Lucas, and
Yep.
Josh, you get the third overall pick.
All right, well, Izzy.
All right, Izzy, you go
Easy
first,
one.
I'll
buddy.
take I guess I'll take the obvious Cal Ripken's consecutive game.
That's not what I was gonna say. Was
Well, go ahead and take the other one then.
I was gonna take the 100-point game in the NBA.
I think that has a potential to be broken because of how if a guy gets hot enough, teams will feed him, and I think the other team would want to see it.
Would you call that momentum?
Oh my god.
Took me a while to get.
I don't.
Man.
Sorry,
I could see it happening.
I think
though.
that has to be in the top 3 of a draft, though.
I would agree. I can see it being unbreakable, but I can see it being broken, but I don't think it will happen in our lifetime type of thing.
Yeah, no.
If it gets broken, it won't be in our lifetime.
It'll be in.
But yeah, I'm gonna take the Cal Ripken's consecutive.
That's was that what you were gonna take too?
Yeah, that would have been my number 1.
Yeah.
The obvious, I guess, is the hit streak for 3.
Yeah.
Mantles.
Ooh, I can see it getting broken, but ugh.
But I didn't say that's what I was going with.
That's
Oh.
fair.
I said it was the obvious.
Oh well, you don't. He doesn't like obvious.
Ichiro's single season hit record, I think it's like 262. No.
No one.
242?
I think it's
260s.
$260s.
No one's ever.
No one's good. Rise is the only person that has the skill set to do it, and he sucks.
Yeah.
he's
No one. It's not going to be for a while. Nobody in the league currently is doing it.
At this website I'm looking at, they have a weird record that's at number 34 for some reason. I'm looking at the top 50, but that's
Oh, I get back to back, don't I?
yeah. You get back
You
to
do.
back.
I am looking at a list for some.
I'm looking at a list too.
I'm going to pick my own sport.
NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Yeah.
Nobody's.
We don't gotta worry
They have
about that.
7 championships. Is the most you ever had. There's 3 people tied. That won't ever happen again.
7 champions.
It's really hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to win 1. No one's winning 7.
Heck yeah, that's crazy.
So I'll pick my sport.
I'm gonna go. I guess I'm just doing a lot of NBA, huh? Boston Celtics.
Damn it! I was gonna take that
They're
one.
8 straight titles.
I was gonna take that one.
8 straight
Damn it.
NBA titles is fucking nuts, dude. No one's ever doing that ever again.
Yeah. This one's up for the taking for me, but I don't think it's on your guys' radar, so I'm gonna save it. And I'm gonna go with
I'm picking this one.
Ricky Henderson. First one I'm gonna go with is Ricky Henderson
Yeah.
stolen base record
Single season or all time?
all time.
I disagree. I
don't
think
think it's gonna
with the bases being bigger
What's
and
the
how much
record
people.
again?
Well, yeah, what's the record?
The record for career stolen bases 1,406.
I don't. I think that's. I think that's broken.
the most active or the closest to him is like Lou Brock, and he has like 800 something.
I think simply because with the bigger bases and people are running, it's going to be a player that hasn't debated yet or is very young.
I mean, Ricky Henderson though stole 100, had several. Acuna stole 70 last year.
Yeah.
Everyone made a big fucking deal about it.
I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying I could see
fair.
it.
That's fair.
You would have to steal 65 bases basically for 22 seasons to break his record.
Yeah, you'd have to start. Yeah, you'd have to.
So you'd have to do 80.
80 while you're young.
Yeah.
The only person I can think of right now is Ellie De La Cruz, but I don't think it's likely, but I don't think it's impossible.
Hold on. So you would have to do 80 stolen bases for 18 seasons to break that record.
Good God.
Is it back to me?
It would be.
It's back. No, I get back.
You're
To
back to back,
sorry.
and then it's me, and then
What's your other one?
Cy Young's most complete games
You
in an MLB career,
cocksucker.
749.
That was. There's no way that's being broken ever.
Are we looking at the same website?
No.
Okay.
What do you want?
Don't worry about it. I don't want you fuckers stealing my picks.
Well, I got one. Your turn, Lucas. This is 4, right?
I have 3.
Okay, sorry.
So this will be
what
his
we
third.
were.
This is my third.
Yeah, this is his third.
I think I'm gonna go obscure here and be like diverse and go with Simone Biles and her Olympic medals.
That was a GB thing to pick.
Okay. 23 gold medals for her.
That's a lot.
She is done, I think. I don't think
she's retired. Yeah.
Yep. She's pregnant.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yep.
I'll go kind of obscure too, but it's baseball again. Barry Bonds' intentional walk number of 688. No.
That's a good one.
And the whatever he had with the
Albert's
bases loaded.
second at 316. There's nobody that's even going to come close to either of those. That's never going to be broken. And then I'll go baseball again. I think the single season win record is Charles Radbourn, old Hoss Radbourn. I think he won 59 games in a year.
Yeah, I've seen
nobody's
that one
coming
before.
close to that.
Yeah,
they don't even pitch 59 games anymore.
Yeah.
There's teams that aren't going to win 59 games.
The
so.
White Sox are one of them.
They're
Yeah.
not even going to win half of that, so we're fine.
Yeah.
That's not ever going to get touched.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You'd have to have a reliever that gets put into some fucking key situations every game and who performs every game. That's never happening.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I'm gonna go. Oh, you get 2. Or do you
I
do
did.
2?
I got 2. You're good.
Right. Barry Bonds' home run record.
Damn it! I was getting ready to take that one.
I don't. It's every time I look at that, and I'm like, dude, you would have to be called up at like 19 years old and start mashing home runs.
I agree with you too. And it goes back to what I said about Acuna stolen bases that he had last year. I mean, 2 years ago, Judge hit 62, and again,
you have to do that every
everyone made a big fucking deal about it because it broke the American League record.
Yeah, Barry Bonds. What's the record in the NL? 73. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You fucker, you stole mine.
Yeah, you're never ever breaking Barry Bonds' home run record. Nobody, unless there's in 50 years from now, there's some random 18-year-old that starts playing and hits 60 home runs a season every year.
I don't think it's impossible, but I don't think it's going to happen either.
I don't think it's. If it happens, similar to the Wilt Chamberlain one, if it happens, I don't think it'll be in our lifetime.
No, definitely not. It definitely will not be in our lifetime.
All right. So my last 2, I'm going to go with a baseball one and a football one.
I swear to God, I think I found the same fucking website. If you take the
I'm going with, for the baseball one, I'm going with Hank Aaron's total bases, 6,800 or 6,856.
Yeah, that won't
Total.
get
I don't think that's going to be broken simply because of the fact that he was a above average pitcher from the age of 20 to 42 or 20.
Yeah, that one.
Pitcher or hitter.
Pitcher. You're good.
Okay, above average hitters. And my final one, I'm going to go with a football one, and I'm going to go with Eric Dickerson. This one's purely biased because I'm a Rams fan, but I don't care. Eric Dickerson's single season rushing record. In a 16-game season, he ran for 2,105 games. They play 17 games now, and no one's come close to it. And simply because of the fact that there aren't every down backs anymore.
Yeah.
And it's a pass-heavy league, so I think Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing records is safe for the time being.
Mine is also safe.
I'm going Nolan Ryan, 7 no-hitters.
Yeah, that won't get down.
That one was number 34 on the list I was looking at.
And also, shout out,
insane.
because I have to say this because, yes, Joey Chestnut and his hot dog eating.
So that's
record.
not a sport.
I mean, it is. It literally
That's
is.
fucking disgusting.
Technically, it is. It's technically
fucking
a sport.
disgusting.
It technically is a sport.
And I watch NASCAR.
Yep, and
I
that's
love
technically a sport too.
It is. But fucking hot dog eating is disgusting. I've walked past
It's
Joey
disgusting.
Chestnut, by the way. He's.
I can't believe he got dropped by.
I think he's disgusting.
By what's it called? He can't do the hot dog eating
Nathan's?
contest
Yeah.
anymore because he got sponsored by
a vegan hot dog.
By
right?
a vegan hot dog. So like, no, fuck you.
I think. I'm not big on hot dogs because they make me queasy, but watching that man put down 80 in 10 minutes is
the record
fucking
is 76
foul.
eaten in 10 minutes, and the second closest ever that it's not him is Matt Stoney. He got 60.
Oh, I used to watch him on YouTube. It just makes me hungry.
Yeah.
I think
I'm getting hungry right now.
I am too. I think Joey Chestnut's disgusting.
I think it's just me that I have to say that. So shout out to Joey Chestnut.
Fair.
I'm going to go. My last one is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing 26 consecutive games.
That's a good one.
The Panthers suck, but like to lose
Panthers
20, that's
won,
what, 2.5
which is crazy.
seasons?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
No.
That's a lot of losing.
You would have to tank.
to luck into it. Like, you luck into a game.
Yeah.
If the Panthers won, I know they're bad. Teams look into one. That's never going to be broken again.
Yeah, no. That's wild.
Does anybody have any honorable mentions?
I'm kind of looking through.
I feel like the win streaks in baseball, like I think the top one's like 25, right? 23, something like that.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
I think it's the same thing.
It comes close, but to win that many games in a row.
I think the NBA win streak too, like 33 consecutive NBA wins. That's one that's safe for the
any
long run.
win and loss streak is kind of hard because like the White Sox suck and they came close to the losing streak, but they didn't break it. Like you have to be terrible.
John Stockton's assist record.
That's that one I don't see getting broken either.
I saw on the list I was looking at Wayne Gretzky has 9 MVPs in hockey.
That he also leads in assists, which will
seem
never
like that's going to happen again.
That's not getting broken.
Yeah,
well, McDavid might break his points record here.
Really? But MVPs, that's a lot.
McDavid is only. Let me see how old McDavid is. I know we don't talk about hockey, but hold on.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of some other.
McDavid.
Wilt Chamberlain's 55 rebounds in a single game. I don't think that's getting broken either. This one was one that I almost took, but like it's too obscure that I couldn't do it. The most lopsided victory in college football history. Georgia Tech beat Cumberland University
in the 1800s,
by a score of 222-0.
1900s? I think I've seen
1916.
it. Yeah, I've heard about that guy.
Never mind. I don't think that's.
I don't think that's going to get broken anytime soon.
Cumberland University.
McDavid will pass Gretzky. Never mind.
I don't know where that is.
Gretzky's at 2,857 points. McDavid is 18 points away from 1,000.
You get a point. That's like goals, right?
Goals and assists.
Yeah.
And you have secondary assists in hockey,
trying to look at some...
You'll learn, don't worry.
Obviously, Cy Young's 511 wins. I don't think that's going to get broken either.
Nolan Ryan's single-season strikeout record probably won't.
Yeah, that 383 or something like that.
No.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Something like that, no.
I'm trying to look at some others, too, because there are some good ones I saw on this website. We already talked about the single-season home run record. I do think the all-time home run record has a chance, but I think the single season one's like more.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's touchdowns to different receivers record. That's not going to get broken.
Didn't Albert hold the record for most home runs off of different pitchers?
Yes.
That's probably not going to get broken either.
Tom Brady has touchdowns to 98 different receivers.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Holy crap! I'm just looking at this one. Fastest hat trick in NHL history, 21 seconds.
What?
Oh my God! I watched that game. Was it Braden Point?
It was in 1952.
Never mind.
I watched that game.
I was in
1952.
Okay, so Braden Point did one. It was close to that time.
This is an old ass list because it has the most wins in NBA by an NBA team with 72.
Okay, well, how old's that list then?
I'm trying to look at
because Braden Point did it in COVID year. Maybe.
Let's see. It's called Complex. Hang on.
I'll just Google it. Hold on.
Yeah, it's called Complex. Okay, this has to be before 2017 because it says average a triple-double for an NBA season, and literally Russell Westbrook did that.
Yes.
So, yeah, this has to be old.
Let me see.
I'm still looking because, like, Jerry Rice's...
No, it says 21 seconds.
Yeah, it still is. I don't know.
Jerry Rice's receiving yards and receiving touchdowns record, I don't think that's getting broken anytime either. Yeah, this article came out on March 1st, 2013. This is a old-ass fucking article.
Well.
But yeah, so. Oh, God, my foot is asleep. Holy shit.
I'm trying to look up how fast this stupid guy's hat trick was. Do you know what a hat trick is, Josh?
Yes, 3 goals.
91 seconds for Braden Point. Never mind. That's nowhere near.
That's still pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, it was crazy. He scored 2 goals in the last minute of the second period and then scored in the first 10 seconds of the third period.
That's insane.
Which is just nuts. I love hockey. I can't wait. We are so close. Literally, the Blues open the season on October 9th. I'm excited. I can't wait. They're 0-2 in preseason, but shut up. We don't care about that.
Yeah, preseason. I don't take.
We lost to Utah.
I take preseason with a grain of salt.
It's good to see the young guys, but that's all I care about.
Like, especially, like, I know for a lot of NFL teams, too, like, I know the Rams don't play any of their starters at all in the preseason.
That's the scary part about the Blues. We had our full team on the first game, and we lost. We had literally our whole entire roster play in the first preseason game, and we lost.
That's not good.
2-1. The only other one I wanted to mention, because it's hockey, is Marty Brodeur and his win record. 691, which is fucking insane.
It's for goalies, right?
Yeah. The second place is Marc-Andre Fleury.
Oh, he's on my fantasy team.
He's good luck with that.
I didn't. I was driving.
Yeah.
Falling asleep driving.
Yeah. So this is his last year, Marc-Andre Fleury. He's retiring at the end of this year. He's second, 556 wins. So he's not even within 100
that's a lot.
of it.
I still have another record that's not getting most rushing touchdowns in a single game with 7.
Yeah, no. That was Alvin Kamara,
No,
right?
it was 6. It was 6.
Alvin
Kamara
Kamara
tied a record, yeah.
Oh, Alvin Kamara is a loyal employee of NASCAR. He's one of the cheap hype officers.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He won me my fantasy league.
Also, I'm pretty sure that
go Alvin.
Marty Brodeur has
Did he beat somebody?
Yep.
90 shutouts, which is insane.
They all do.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, so we went over-ish.
Good episode.
It was good. There was a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about, but you know what? This is some
next
fun
week's going to
content.
be fun because there's a lot of prediction recap.
Well, I think next week we're gonna definitely start of the playoffs, right?
Yep.
Because I think they start Tuesday night.
I think next week we could talk about playoff predictions as well as. We could do a lot of stuff.
I have my list
award
of
predictions.
We'll wait till we.
I was going to say, do we want to say? Do we want to say?
Yeah, I would
do
wait to the finalists.
I would say
I would say
we. Actually, this is definitely an off-air conversation. But I think we could do 2 separate award predictions type of thing. I mean, I don't know.
I have my list of my unsung fucking studs this year that we can go through of people that nobody's
he does
heard
have
of.
a list.
It's a good list of a bunch of people that put up good years that nobody's heard of.
Right.
I have
Also, shout out Ben Joyce for hitting 106 yesterday.
Did he?
He struck out Tommy Edman, hit
He's
106.
really good.
Damn.
He's also really good.
Was that actually? I don't know if that was yesterday. Who did the Rock?
Well,
whenever the Dodgers played the Angels, Ben Joyce hit 106.
last week, yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, thank you once again, everyone, for listening to another episode of the Don't Know Ball podcast. Be sure to follow us on our Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and follow us all personally. But as always, be sure to have a great day, and
we don't know Jack.